245-pound guy who.
Oh yeah, okay, so that's just gonna be disgusting lying. Like I keep telling you guys, this country is being held up by federal judges. And we love to see it. We love to see it. Federal judges are. This country would be falling apart without them. And I'm not exaggerating one bit. There would be no country right now that we have. We would not have the country we have today without these federal judges. Federal judges once again stopped the Trump admin from transferring transgender women in federal custody to men's prison, finding that 14 incarcerated women are likely to succeed in their challenge to a policy that would strip prison officials of the ability to consider individual safety. W. In a ruling issued Sunday, U.S. District Judge Royce C. Lamberth. Let's take a look at Royce. I need to see what this goat looks like. That's my goat. That's my goat right there. Granted a preliminary injunction barring the Bureau of Prisons from implementing a provision of President Donald Trump's Executive Order 14168 against the plaintiffs, a group of transgender women who say the policy would expose them to grave risk of violent sexual assault and other harms. Trans women are experiencing more sexual assault and sexual harm in prisons than any other class of people. This is the original Defending Women from Gender Ideology Extremism and Restoring Biological Truth to the Federal Government. This was last year. Like right when he got elected. Policy. It is the policy of the United States to recognize two sexes, female and male. By the way, when I told people about this, I'm like, this is dangerous. They're like, no. And then Trump says he wants to go after trans people. Under my direction, the executive branch will enforce all protective laws to promote the reality. Sex shall refer to an individual's immutable biological classification as male or female. Sex is not synonym. It does not include the concept of gender identity. Gender ideology replaces the biological category of sex with the ever-shifting concept of self-obsessed gender identity, permitting the false claim that males can identify and thus become women and vice versa. I mean, it's true. They can. Yeah, that bullshit a year ago. So the order requires the Bureau of Prisons to maintain the women's current placements in women's prisons and halfway houses while the litigation proceeds. Lamberth found that each of the 14 women have demonstrated that they are likely to succeed on the merits of their claims and likely to suffer immediate and irreparable harm absent itself or absent relief. By the way, like, how do female from what I know, like a lot from what I hear, a lot of like I could be wrong on this. I need to find more information, but from what I've heard that female prisoners are like pretty chill about this on average. And even if they weren't, like this is the I mean it's for the safety of these trans women. In the past, there were a few transgender women they acted like when they weren't sexual energy get on with down treating, you know, this is what people don't understand about trans right, being transphobic. It's not about that, it's about sexual energy. Okay, these are I cannot find. I saw something a while ago. I don't know. Granted, I think the entire federal prison system should be abolished, but this is a good step. And the case stems from Trump's 2025 executive order. Yeah. Lamberth first intervened in 2025, concluding that plaintiffs have shown a likelihood of successive claims forcing transgender women into men's prisons would violate their constitutional rights. Legal battle took a turn in April when the U.S. Court of Appeals District Columbia Circuit largely upheld the plaintiff's ability to challenge the policy, but instructed Lamberth to make more individual findings regarding the specific harms facing each plaintiff before continuing injunctive relief. The appeals court noted that the constrained ample uncontested evidence that some plaintiffs possess characteristics making them uniquely vulnerable to harm in men's prisons, including histories of sexual assault, self-harm, and gender-affirming medical treatment. Yeah. Lamberth ultimately concluded that the Bureau's policy failed to account for plaintiffs' documented vulnerability. The judge also stressed that it was really narrowly tailored Rather than blocking the policy nationwide, the injunction applies only to the 14th place before the court. He found out that maintaining the existing placements would not adversely affect public safety or the operation of the federal prison system. It sucks that it's not across the board thing, but it can be used as a backbone for other court cases now. These women have the right to serve their sentences without being subjected to assault. The court has rightly held the law, and the government assesses to respond to the real dangers they face, not looking the other way, Minter said. Who the fuck are you? Oh, Shannon Miller, legal director of the National Center of LGBTQ Rights. The ruling reaffirmed the government officials cannot ignore the documented threats to incarcerated people's safety. The decision reaffirms a bedrock constitutional principle. The government cannot knowingly place people in grave danger and simply look the other way. Yeah, they would be murdered in men's prisons. I'm not exaggerating. The ruling arrives when growing litigation over the administration's treatment of transgender people in federal custody. Lamberth addressed a separate federal case out of Texas, which the judge recently ordered prison officials to segregate transgender women from cisgender women at the Federal Medical Center Caswell, for the plaintiffs in the Washington case are housed there. Lamberth said the two rulings do not conflict because his order merely prevents the plaintiffs from being transferred to men's prisons. It does not require prison officials to house transgender women along cisgender women or permit access to shared spaces, which is, evil, but... Oh shit, I didn't see this happen. When was this? Was this 2 days ago? This was 5 days ago. Huh. 988 is coming back. Trump administration is saying it's working to restore specialized suicide prevention for LGBTQ youth through the 988 and crisis lifeline by the end of the year, nearly a year after shutting them down. Being Trump administration exclusionary policies regarding transgender Americans. Oh, okay. So it's for cisgender queers, not transgender queers. Currently assessing the most appropriate approach. I don't know. Oh, this is what a goat. Lawyers for transgender prisoners said a transition-related treatment that sex hormone, social transition, in some cases surgery, is the only approach known to effectively treat gender dysphoria. The treatment has come under scrutiny for adolescents, but has been accepted as effective for adults for several decades and supported by the major medical mental health organizations in the U.S. Gender-affirming care for adolescents is also accepted by these organizations. On trans prisoners, however, yeah. Okay, so this is just the same thing. I thought it was a different one. But, we got some W support from Democrats right now. Well, I don't know. Wait, I don't think this guy's a Democrat. No, he is a Democrat. Governor of Kentucky. Huh. I forgot he was a Democrat. But he vetoed the bill. Some things are worth losing over. They are children of God just like anyone else. Yeah. This is James Tallarico level Christianity. And I'd love to see it. Because this shit is super, super important. When was this? Yeah, June 17th. Hold on. Because I'm seeing an article from the 15th of March, and I don't think that's it either. Hold on. What? When was this? That's becoming one of those new litmus tests we would never do a party again. It's like trying to throw out a word. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to call it what's happening in Israel a genocide. When was this? Was I lied to by the internet? Was this fucking 3 years ago? Oh my god. Why are we talking about this now? Did he say something about this? I'm so confused. Andy Bashar. I wonder if he was in an interview and that's where it came out. JD Vance and Trump are both wrong and cruel. You don't get to secure borders and enforce our laws without losing our humanity. What? When was this? Because if this is 3 years ago, I'm going to be pissed off. I'm not going to even lie. Huh. Weird. Governor takes important step to protect Canada's youth, fight discrimination. Oh, did he just ban it anyways? Oh, no, he banned conversion therapy on minors in Kentucky. Okay. I don't know. This guy seems like a cool dude. I thought this was more recent. I should have double-checked on, should have double-checked a couple of things. My bad. I wonder, was it from the Times of Israel, Andy Beshear? Nope. Wasn't from that one. Yeah, but this guy's also pro-Israel, so. Never mind. This guy isn't as woke as I thought he was. But, anyways, I was right about federal judges holding this country up by some fucking miracle. I don't know what miracle to call it, but it was some fucking miracle.